I'm Helen, and that's David, and he's my better half. And we found out about stem cells in 2008. I was researching because I had lupus and I was degenerating fast. Um, I would try to do anything to keep up and running, and it wasn't working. And the doctors were offering me a lot of stuff back and forth, but the next thing was chemotherapy, and I didn't want to try that then. I was 56 years old, and I read an article in Reuters, and it was very positive towards stem cells. So then I researched it on the internet and found Stem Cells of America and called them. So I went out and I said, look, kill me or cure me. I can't take this anymore. I'm a mess. And he said, I think you'll be very pleased. Well, that was the understatement of the year. I was better on the way home on the plane. I felt better. After the treatment, I went back to the hotel, and the next morning I woke up, my eyes were clearer. I just felt this calmness. I felt so much better overall. I had lupus, and that has so many symptoms. It's got vascularitis, which is throughout your body. And when you stand or put pressure on a muscle, you get pain. And I was so used to this, I was numbing it out. I stood up and walked around and I didn't feel half the pain. It was wonderful. Within a week, I would say that was gone. So I was watching this treatment for a long time before I was convinced that it really did a great job. I go back because I have a chronic disease. So I went every 2 years, and that was holding the lupus completely at bay. It was wonderful. Now, sometimes I just eat something I can't eat. That can flare up. And when that flares up, I consider coming for another treatment. But it's much less than it used to be. I mean, at age 56, I was headed downhill fast. So I'm just delighted with the treatment. It's meant the world to me. You want a good quality of life. You want things to feel good. And the stem cells absolutely did it.
I have chronic fatigue syndrome, so I was waiting to see. I waited like 6 months to see how she felt. She still felt good. Immediately upon getting the treatment, everything got bright. And my vision became 20/20, although only temporarily. But a variety of problems that I had disappeared. I had a severed left bicep that gave me a lot of pain when I lifted anything reasonably heavy, and that's gone, and it hasn't come back. And I had a chronic hamstring problem, and that was gone and hadn't come back. I had an itch in my back from a herniated disc in my neck, and that's gone, hasn't come back. I have an arthritic shoulder, and that I say that's 50% better. And I was also, when I came back, I was scheduled for periodontal surgery, and I was really hoping it would take care of that, and that got canceled because I didn't need it anymore. And I was a tennis player before I got chronic fatigue, and prior to the treatment, I hadn't played singles in 15 years, and I felt so good that coming back from the treatment, I booked a tennis lesson, and all of a sudden I was able to hit my serve properly, which I didn't have the coordination to previously. And now I'm playing tennis 3 times a week.
Well, he also has a bone spur that they found on the inside of his spine when they were working him up for the tennis. He couldn't play, and all these symptoms. And the stem cells is so good at reducing inflammation and taking away edema. You know, sometimes it takes a little time, you get a little discomfort, but it really, really makes a difference overall. So, and it cleared it. When I came home from the first stem cell, I looked around the house and I said, this place is a mess. And I didn't even notice it. Your mind, when it's starting to go down, really doesn't notice things around you. And suddenly I felt like cleaning up, and taking care of everything. And the initiative to do that was there. And before that, it wasn't. There just was, it was almost like being underwater with depression, you know? But that cleared. And I went back to the gym. I was working out at the gym. I felt energetic. Just everything came back.
Right. Well, basically, we have a 2-person business, and I was, kind of messing up at work, not doing that great a job. And then after the stem cells, for past decade, I've been, well, more than a decade. I feel like the job is easy now, and it's an exacting job. You're not allowed to make mistakes, and we're not making mistakes.
We're 68 and we're still holding the line, and there are plenty of clients sending us work, so we have nothing to complain about. We're the
Yeah.
luckiest people in the world to have found this.
Yeah.
Because without the stem cells, we would be in a much worse place. But the stem cells, after you get them, your memory is really sharp, and you notice so many things about everything about what you're doing. It takes me no time at all to remember all 9 numbers and type them into the computer, and everything goes like that. You're brighter, you're more aware of what's going on around you.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like I was saying earlier, we were kind of, not doing a great job of work, and then the thought process went well, and the organization skills got better, and remembering numbers. That's a big part of our job. Uh, just so much better at that than I was, and I attribute the stem cells to.
Your team does such a great job, and you you go out there and you're not feeling well, so maybe you're really in a bad place. Everybody has given you clear instructions. They keep after you till they have all of your information, so that if you're lost along the chain, they can find you. you know they really make you feel like you're totally taken care of. The van going out is wonderful because you get a chance now. First words out of our mouth are there any new guys here? Because we want to reassure them
And
that we've been going for years. It absolutely works.
you go right to the clinic. Everybody there is very polite and professional, and they get you in and out real quickly. And now they give you a card that you present at the border. They drive you up to the front of the border, and you walk right through. And that's pretty easy too. Well, they've worked it out. They have a system, and you're safe the whole way. And it's a breeze now. From a dollars and cents point of view for us, I think my career would have ended 5, 6 years ago, and we're going strong, and we're continuing to make a nice living because of the stem cell.